what's going on, y'all? I just wanted to talk today about weed, smoking the zaza, the ganja, the sticky icky, and in my life, my experiences with it. And if you're thinking about quitting or taking a break, why it might be a good idea for you. And the first thing I want to say, the most important thing, is that you don't have to demonize something in order to have a healthier relationship with it. And I don't think it makes you have a healthier relationship with it. A lot of times when I would quit, the attitude would go from loving weed and smoking it all the time to like, oh, weed fucking, it ruins your life. It gives you, and like almost angry and like hateful towards it, and blaming it for all these issues. The one reason that's not good is because then it's going to stop you from actually doing the things that you need to do now that you are sober, that weed was maybe kind of holding you back from doing. And you think like that was the one issue, it was the one thing, and it was just like, but the other problem with that is that weed or any of these things, like, they're not inherently bad or evil things. It was the relationship you had with it and the way you were abusing it and overusing it. That was the real negative thing. It's not necessary to like, sit there and like look at people smoking weed, like, I don't know how they can be there. That's not good, that's not healthy. Like, the better way of thinking of it is this serving me right now? And I think the right now is crucial too, because it's not about, does weed serve me, does it serve my life? It's like, is it serving you right now in this very moment, in this very time in your life? And I know for me personally, where I'm at right now, I'm 26 years old. I recently moved to a big city. I'm trying to, make a life and a career for myself. And I just know that right now it's best for me to be sober, because when I'm sober, I'm more bored. So I'm more likely to do things like making YouTube videos or, going out and, going to work. I do busking also. There's a lot of different things that I'm just far more driven to do when I have the boredom of sobriety and the clear-headedness and more energy and better sleep and all those kinds of things. Because of also, I should censor those words. I literally shouldn't have said that. It's gonna like ban this video, isn't it? But through that time, through 2020, I became a heavy user, like heavy user, because there was nothing else to do. And I'm like, why not just sit here with my bong and smoke all day? And I would smoke in the mornings. It was like, if I could go like an hour without smoking a big old bong toke, I was like, we're doing pretty good. So it got to the point where it was like really out of control, my usage. So I really, was abusing it, really was overusing it. And so now I need kind of the other side, the other extreme of complete non-usage of it, because just to get my dopamine levels normal again, and get myself out of the like cloud that it kind of had me in, so I can maybe one day get back to a more healthy usage of it. But it's not serving me right now. And maybe one day when I'm 30 years old, or maybe next year when I'm in a better place and I've got momentum and I've got these things kind of going, maybe it will help, maybe it will serve me, maybe it will help me to relax more, maybe it will help me to enjoy things a little bit more, to live in the moment, to be present. But right now I don't need that. I need the opposite of that. I need to be a little more future oriented. So the question isn't like, is weed bad? Is weed a bad thing? Should I stop doing this bad thing? It's just, is it serving you right now or not? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. And I think the reason that's also a better way of framing it is because when you think of it as like, I have to quit, I have to stop doing it, it kind of implies like, you're never going to do it ever again. You have to give up this complete part of your personality. And I know for me, like, weed's a big part of my personality. Like, I started smoking weed when I was like in high school, and back then it made you cool because I'm a bad kid, I smoked weed and stuff. And, like, I was a skateboarder, and I was not a skateboarder, but like a skater stoner kid, and like that was part of my identity. And being a musician and all the things I'm into, it's like it's a big part of who I am, and that doesn't have to go away. And to be completely honest, I love cannabis culture. I can't lie. Like, I do think. I mean, I work at a dispensary, so but I love that job. It's far better than any other like retail job I've ever had because it's a cool culture, and I'm happy to give people good product. I'm happy to give people good meat because they're at a point in their life where they deserve it. You know what I mean? They've got a 9 to 5. They've got a family or whatever. You know what I mean? They've got a lot going on that they're doing all the time, and they need something to help them relax and de-stress. And you know what? That's fine. That's, they're on their path. It's serving them right now. It's not serving me right now. And it's as simple as that. It's not about demonizing something. And demonizing things also kind of leads to more hate in your heart. And I don't think we need more hate in this world. I think we need the opposite of that. I think we need radical love and acceptance of people, because we're seeing the opposite of that a lot right now in the world. We're seeing a lot of people hating each other and putting each other into arbitrary groups and being like, this is the problem. It's, it's the left, or it's the right, or it's the MAGA people, or it's the, whatever, it's the LGBTQ stuff, or whatever people want to scapegoat and blame and put people in these groups in their head. But we don't need any more of that. We don't need to be divided even further. Whatever you can do to have more love in your heart and accept people more and understand where they're coming from, the better. So that's a little bit off topic of what I was initially talking about. But yeah, is it serving you? Or is it hindering you at this time in your life? That's what you have to ask yourself. And so you don't have to give it up completely. You don't have to become like a non-weed person. Like, I'm sober, and like you don't have to have sobriety be part of your like identity. It's just like, if you're overweight, you know what I mean? You gotta go to the gym a lot. You know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily be like, I'm a gym guy. You know what I mean? And start wearing fitness clothes all the time and having your protein shakes and stuff. It's like, you just have to go to the gym. And that's it, you know what I mean? And that's how it is for me. It's like, you just have to not do that right now. And it's as simple as that. So, hope you got some value out of this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.